Hello, everyone. I'm gonna hop right into what we are here for. Now, I put day 17 only because I checked through different resources, and according to resources, it's saying that it's day 17. I don't know how I missed the day, y'all. I don't know how and or when I missed a day. Um, or if I'm off or if they're off, but I checked a very reliable source, which I believe was CNN, and their reporting is saying that it's day 17. So we're just going to run with that. Um, I'm going to go back through every single day's testimony just to make sure that I'm not tripping. Make sure we're not tripping because I could have sworn we were on day 16, but they said that we're on day 17. So to be determined. The thumbnail may change. The number of days that we're on may change in the near or distant future. But hey, Lisa says what? Hey, Bush babies, y'all be sure to hit that like button. Today, the government, Brianna Bungalow finished up her testimony on cross examination, and Nicole Westmoreland was up for the defense. She was very powerful in her questioning of this witness. Um, I don't know. For me, it teetered on kind of like victim blaming, victim shaming. But I'm going to say it again. These attorneys have a job to do. They cannot treat these witnesses with kid gloves. Sean P. Diddy Combs is facing a lot of time should he be found guilty in this case. So they are working overtime to ensure that they create doubt in the jury's minds, as well as they collect any appellate issues throughout the case as much as possible. So I totally understand from that standpoint, but I just wish that you could be aggressive, but still keep it really professional and keep it really cute, because this line of questioning, this approach could honestly turn the jury off. Now, I'm going to point some things out as the testimony plays, but I'm going to try to minimize the amount of times I interrupt the cross examination of Brianna Bungalow. Okay, let's get into it, guys. Okay, we have a commercial right on. As soon as I hit that play button, here's a commercial. Parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty. Listen at your own discretion. What is this a photo of? Drugs. You sent this photo to Cassie? Yes. Now, DX1287. What's this? Some type of drugs. How many types? I can't tell. You're still doing drugs with Cassie on May 31st, 2016, right? Yes. Just before this, Mr. Combs threatened your life? Yes. You weren't scared to continue dealing with Cassie? I guess not. Okay. You said Mr. Combs gripped your breast?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and the judge told the defense to ask again.
Mr. Tyrone said Mr. Combs to your breast. True? Some of the things he wrote were not true. You fired him and hired new civil lawyers, and they drafted a lawsuit. You reviewed it? To the best of my ability. Look at this document. Only for the parties. Ma'am, isn't it true that your lawyer, Mr. Tyrone, alleged for the first time a certain kind of misconduct, and although you knew it was untrue, you began repeating it? Can you rephrase that? Mr. Tyrone alleged that Mr. Combs engaged in misconduct, right? I can't speak for him. You speak for you. You kept repeating the lie about your breast. Can you restate it? Okay. You continued accusing Mr. Combs of misconduct, even though you knew it was not true. It's really hard to commit to the whole sentence. You knew that was the only way you could sue? I don't recall. You say you were screaming. Are you aware of anyone else calling the police? I don't think so. You didn't go to an urgent care? I didn't. You didn't tell the chiropractor what happened? No. Why not? I was scared. Okay, the girlfriend, what's her name? Sarah, or Friday. Full name, please. I think Sarah Siddell, SP, something like that. It was a while ago. You told the government she was Friday and that she wouldn't know anything? I'm not sure. On October 4th, 2016, didn't you attend Mr. Combs' concert? I don't remember the date, but yes, I went. May we read the texts? You read Bana and I'll read Cass. I don't know what I wrote. Coolio, what time? Lubia, thank you for yesterday. You're asking Cass if Puff would like a sweatshirt. 2 weeks after you allege he held you over a balcony? We were trying to be cool. Repeat that. We had the FaceTime call and we were trying to be cool. Isn't it true that you continued to see Mr. Combs and Ms. Ventura because Mr. Combs did not cause you those injuries? Part of that statement is true and part I can't agree with. You see your phone number on this? Yes. This text is from October 15th, 2016, from Mr. Combs to you. Yes. Mr. Combs wrote, if you're going to do K with her, at least have her back. Do you remember receiving this? Yes. You remember the Bad Boy reunion tour. You started on it, but didn't complete it. Maybe one or two. September 25th, 2016. The tour was at the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey. True. I'm not aware. Not so sure on dates. He was on stage with Lil' Kim. I don't know. And at the Harlem Salute to Achievement?
At this moment, the prosecution objected, and then they had a sidebar.
Is this Trump International Hotel stay of Frank Black includes September 26th, 2016, in-room breakfast for $231? You see? Yes. You agree. One person can't be in two places at the same time? Hard to say. You told the jurors.
Okay, I'm going to pause right there. That to me is a lackluster argument because with the amount of with the amount of money that Diddy has, he could be in three places in the same day. He could be in five different places in the same day. So it's just, and remember that date, September 26, 2016, because on redirect, the prosecution is going to bring up a very important point.
Mr. Combs injured you in LA on September 26th, 2016, correct?
At this moment, the prosecution asked for a sidebar. Then they continued.
Mr. Combs did not cause you the injuries in the photo you provided with metadata saying September 26th, 2016. I can't agree with that. A person can't be in LA and NY at the same time? My answer is the same. No further questions.
At this moment, the redirect began.
Did you ever review the notes taken at your interviews?
No.
Did you give Cassie permission to put your name in her complaint?
No. After she filed, I hit her up to tell her of mistakes. Tiffany wasn't there.
When you filed your lawsuit, was its report of the balcony the same or different from Cassie's?
Different.
Is what you said today your best recollection?
Yes.
The demand letters of your first lawyer, did you write them?
No.
The demand letter that said, Mr. Combs squeezed your breast so hard you had bruises. Had you said that?
No, ma'am.
Do you demonstrate with hand motions? Please do.
He started at my armpit.
Were they on your breast?
Yes.
Do you yourself know the exact date of the balcony incident?
Stop drinking.
So the government is highlighting the fact that Brianna never actually said to her attorney, hence this is why she probably let him go, but she never actually said to her attorneys that Diddy groped her breast. She said he started at her armpits, which is completely different from her outright stating that he groped her boobs, which is totally understandable as to why she may have let him go. Overall, I really don't know why they brought her onto the stand aside from an opportunity to show a continuation of physical abuse aside from Cassie. But I honestly feel that at the time, the amount of drugs that they were doing um, may have clouded her memory. And in addition to that, everybody is kind of, oh, she's lying, this is that. Oh, they were doing drugs together. Everybody's forgetting that this is long after her and Diddy started dating. Of course, Cassie was doing drugs. Of course. Diddy had already introduced her to all of the intoxicants. So it's not really surprising. Like, all I'm saying is this is not a smoking gun for the defense or the prosecution, in my opinion.
Letter that said, Mr. Combs squeezed your breast so hard you had bruises. Had you said that?
No, ma'am.
Do you demonstrate with hand motions? Please do.
He started at my armpit.
Were they on your breast?
Yes.
Do you yourself know the exact date of the balcony incident?
No.
Why not?
It was a while ago.
Any doubt Mr. Combs held you off the balcony?
No doubt.
Nothing further.
At this moment, the recross began.
In a follow-up interview with the government, you gave them pictures of your leg injury with metadata. True?
I gave them pictures.
When you sued Mr. Combs, you weren't rich.
I was not.
You saw this as a chance to make $10 million. True?
The judge would review.
It means a lot to you to become a millionaire and soon, right?
No, I am here for justice.
Meaning money, nothing further.
Here is the conversation in between, getting the next witness on the stand.
Thank you, Ms. Bongalan. Is there an exhibit? Publish it.
We object under Rule 106.
So, after the break, jurors, there'll be food for you in there. All rise. So, about these text message chains,
These are screenshots of messages between Ms. Ventura and Christina Coram. It first involved Ms. Ventura saying her phone was thrown off the balcony. Then, about Ms. Bongolan. The defense wants more in. They want in Ms. Coram's message that he says that didn't happen. But that's self-serving hearsay with no exception.
the allegedly completing statements are not admissible. Mr. Agnifilo, your client was looking at jurors and nodding vigorously. This can't continue, or I will give a limiting instruction you won't like, or other measures, including barring your client from the courtroom. Do you understand?
Yes.
At this moment, the next witness took the stand.
Oh my gosh. Sorry guys. I just accidentally turned off the turned off the TV. I meant to pause it. I'm sorry. I wanted to say Diddy is in the courtroom staring at the jury. I don't know if he's trying to garner sympathy or if is a tactic of his to try to persuade them in hearing and seeing things his way. But this judge, let me tell you something. This judge is young. Judge Submarinian is, I think they said he's 45. He's 45 years old and he is sharp as a tack. He saw Diddy going, looking at the jury, making eye contact, and shaking his head vigorously. You guys see this? Do you guys hear this? Do you guys see this? This is a whole setup. Do you understand what's going on here? That is not allowed. A defendant is supposed to be calm, no, pretty much somewhat of a blank expression, not a cold blank expression, but they're definitely not supposed to try to share their responses or reactions to testimony with the jury, whether that be verbal or nonverbal. So the judge admonished Diddy and let him know that if it continues, he will write an instruction to the jury or take further measures to have him removed from the courtroom.
Ms. Ventura saying her phone was thrown off the balcony. Then, about Ms. Bongolan, the defense wants more in. They want in Ms. Corum's message that he says that didn't happen, but that's self-serving hearsay with no exception.
The allegedly completing statements are not admissible. Mr. Agnifilo, your client was looking at jurors and nodding vigorously. This can't continue, or I will give a limiting instruction you won't like, or other measures, including barring your client from the courtroom. Do you understand?
Yes.
At this moment, the next witness took the stand.
I have worked at the SDNY prosecutor's office for 17 years. I've done 3,000 cell phone extractions.
These 3 iPhones, whose were they?
Cassandra Ventura, one had a changed IMEI number. It had been repaired.
If a user takes a screenshot, what is the metadata?
Creation date, modified data, where it is stored.
This exhibit, is this another extraction?
Yes.
No further questions.
Some deleted messages remain.
Yes.
The September 30th is the capture date of the screenshot, correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
First, some sealed exhibits under the pseudonym Order and because set explicit. 1503. At this time, we call Jane. Where did you grow up?
California,
Your level of college?
junior college, then modeling.
With whom did you have a relationship 2021 to 2024?
Sean Combs,
What did you call him?
Sean, baby, Ernie.
Why Ernie?
We did that. I was Bert.
When did you meet him?
On a girls' trip to Miami in 2020. He was dating my friend. He was really funny and nice. We went on a yacht, partying. He gave me his cell phone number.
Did you see drugs?
Yes, that first night. One of my friends said she wanted, I guess.
I don't want you to guess. Where did you go?
The studio in Two Star. A man pulled out.
The redirect for Bungalow, Lisa says what, was still Nicole Westmoreland. And also on direct, while this voiceover reading of the events that occurred in court today, there it was a male voice. It was actually a female AUSA. It was a female federal prosecutor, but when they do these voiceover readings, I don't believe that they actually pick male or female. So, yeah. Okay, let's see.
Pink powder. My girlfriend was upset. She thought I was getting with Sean. So we left abruptly.
The next day.
Drinks by the pool, then movie night in the theater in his residence. He texted me, I'd like to take you out. I replied that I felt complicated.
Where were you living then?
The East Coast.
Did Mr. Combs contact you?
Yes, he was flirtatious. He invited me to Miami.
Read these texts. What does he say?
Your protein is my secret.
Now, she should have known. She should have known, in my opinion, and again, this is only my opinion, but she should have definitely known that it was probably not a good idea to deal with Puff. Simply because he was dating her
Call me
girlfriend.
Ernie.
He was dating her girlfriend and he was flirting and being flirtatious with her. Ladies, the way that you get a man is usually the same way that you're going to lose him. Remember that. Okay? Hey, Empress. Hey, Crystal Mods. How are you? Good to see you guys in the chat. Bush babies, please tap in. All right, let's continue. And I ran it back just a little bit.
Sean, baby, Ernie.
Why Ernie?
We did that. I was Bert.
When did you meet him?
On a girls' trip to Miami in 2020. He was dating my friend. He was really funny and nice. We went on a yacht, partying. He gave me his cell phone number.
Did you see drugs?
Yes, that first night. One of my friends said she wanted, I guess.
I don't want you to guess. Where did you go?
The studio in Two Star. A man pulled out pink powder. My girlfriend was upset. She thought I was getting with Sean. So we left abruptly.
The next day.
Drinks by the pool, then movie night in the theater in his residence. He texted me, "I'd like to take you out." I replied that I felt complicated.
Where were you living then?
The East Coast.
Did Mr. Combs contact you?
Yes, he was flirtatious. He invited me to Miami.
Read these texts. What does he say?
He says, "Call me Ernie."
Who was pursuing who?
He was pursuing me, but I was being considerate of my girlfriend. But she got engaged and moved overseas. So I felt I could do this Sean thing.
Had she been seeing Sean and her fiance at the same time?
Yes, I went to Miami in January 2021. He got me a hotel room,
Where did you have your first date?
the hotel balcony.
How long did your first date last?
5 days.
What did you tell him about your past?
I dated someone he knew. Also, my child's father didn't get along with Sean. He said he didn't mind.
How many children do you have?
1.
What did Sean say about his relationships?
Only my friend. He said it wasn't a real relationship.
What did you do?
We made a lot of love. We walked on the beach. Later, we went on a proper first date. Dressed up, a restaurant. I was head over heels.
How did you stay in contact?
Texts,
Did you travel with him?
Turks, and Caicos. I was excited. I'd never been to Turks.
Who else went in February 2021?
Christina Coram, the chef, the butler, at one point a barber.
How long did you stay?
9 days in Turks, 6 days in the Bahamas.
We're going to play a video.
I took the video,
What do we see?
the villa, the vibe,
What did you tell Sean?
that I was a single mother. On social media, I called myself a content creator,
What was your work?
advertising brands on my social media.
What did he give you?
A love bracelet. He said he'd give me money because he'd taken me many days away. I really appreciated that.
How much?
$10,000.
What drugs had you used before?
Ecstasy, twice, 2014 and 2015.
You used it in Turks. Who suggested it?
Sean, like 10 times. In the pool, he gave me a pill, said it would be more fun. I was walking down the beach with him and I fell. I think I was screaming too. They put me in the shower. KK did.
Did you take another ecstasy pill?
Yes, but a smaller dose. It made me feel relaxed, euphoric. It enhanced touch and sense. It made me feel more loving and flirtatious.
What about coming down from ecstasy?
It was like your mind was kind of readjusting, coming down from a high. You're just tired.
In the Bahamas, did you continue taking drugs?
Yes, ecstasy. Sean gave it to me.
How much did he wire you?
$10,000. We started using the L word. He told me he was seeing multiple women. I was okay with it.
Why?
I liked him.
Did you have the sense you had the option of a monogamous relationship?
No,
Until when did you continue dating Sean?
until his arrest.
Any breaks?
2. The 2nd in October, 2023, for 4 months.
When did you get back together?
February 2024.
How public were you?
It was private.
Did you post about your relationship with Sean on your social media?
Only once.
Where did you move?
From the East Coast to LA. He gave me $6,000 for a moving trip.
In 2021, February to May, how often did you see him?
Every other week.
What did he give you?
He was sweet. He would give me money here and there.
Cash, wires.
Both.
How often did you use drugs?
Every time I saw Sean, ecstasy, Molly, cocaine, K, or cocaine. Molly enhanced like ecstasy, sexual, horny, cocaine. It made me feel alert. I didn't like K. The walls were closing in.
In what context did Sean give you drugs?
When we were having sex,
What did you learn?
so many things. How he liked to have be playing. He liked me in lingerie and with high-end shoes. I was to put baby oil all over my body and his,
What type of rooms?
in his bedroom.
How was it lit?
We'd have red lights on.
How did you feel?
I loved them.
May of 2021, what happened?
I remember that when we would watch.
So the government is establishing a clear pattern here. There's an initial honeymoon phase. Their first date on a hotel balcony lasted 5 days. 5 days. And they made love. No intoxicants involved. None of that. But as the relationship progressed, he would give her different intoxicants, just like he did to Cassie.
See, we would have a lot more fantasy conversation.
Do you need a break, Jane?
No, we would search things on these websites. He wanted me to fantasize.
In May of 2025, was there?
At this moment, the defense objected.
Oh, May of 2021. I am so sorry. Where were you watching the porn?
Mia, I had been awake for 15 hours or 24.
What drugs?
Ecstasy and Molly. He said, I can make it happen.
Why did you say okay?
I thought I was playing into the fantasy. But when I came out of the bathroom, he was staring into his phone, really serious. He said, it can happen tonight.
How did you react?
I was like, tonight? Then, okay. Then we were in a hotel. I saw the assistant setting up the room. The lights were already red.
Do you remember which assistants?
I don't. He said, there's someone coming. He knows the guy. I was super nervous listening in.
Who did you think this guy was?
The fantasy guy.
What did you think would start happening?
Sexual things between me and the fantasy guy. He arrives and they are talking.
It was a regular hotel room or a suite.
A suite.
What did you do?
I said hello to everyone. I saw Don,
Who is Don?
one of the entertainers.
Publish the photo to the jury. What next?
I was on the couch with my robe on. My legs were crossed. I was nervous.
What happened next?
Sean said to stand up. I did and started to dance to get my nerve up.
What was Don wearing?
His underwear.
What was Sean doing?
Touching himself.
Was he masturbating?
Yes.
Was he talking? What was he saying?
Being encouraging and sweet. I was ready to speed things up a bit.
What do you mean?
Get it done.
What did you ask for?
A condom.
What did Sean say?
That these guys get tested at the time.
Later, did Don leave?
Yes. Then Sean and I made love. The next day I went home.
Okay. Did you hear that part? So he told her when she asked for protection, did he tell her these guys get tested all the time? So he basically let her know like he wanted this to be an unprotected encounter. I'm just pointing out little key points. You guys will get why I'm pointing out these points at the end of this testimony.
Were crossed. I was nervous.
What happened next?
Sean said to stand up. I did and started to dance to get my nerve up.
What was Don wearing?
His underwear.
What was Sean doing?
Touching himself.
Was he masturbating?
Yes.
Was he talking? What was he saying?
Being encouraging and sweet. I was ready to speed things up a bit.
What do you mean?
Get it done.
What did you ask for?
A condom.
What did Sean say?
That these guys get tested at the time.
Later, did Don leave?
Yes. Then Sean and I made love. The next day I went home.
Any boat trip?
A nice yacht day.
How did you feel?
I felt exhilarated. It was taboo. I had a good time with my partner.
Did you think you'd do it again?
No. Or maybe a few times. Something taboo.
How did things change?
It opened a Pandora's box. There was so much of it afterwards. Too much of it.
How often?
All the time. I went along.
Later, did you tell him you did not want it?
Yes.
In writing or verbally?
Both. Many times.
What did Sean tell you about your rent when you said you did not want to have sex with other men?
That he'd give me maybe 3 more months.
How did you feel?
Frustrated. Obligated.
I'm going to run this part back.
And I did and started to dance to get my nerve up.
What was Don wearing?
His underwear.
What was Sean doing?
Touching himself.
Was he masturbating?
Yes.
Was he talking? What was he saying?
Being encouraging and sweet. I was ready to speed things up a bit.
What do you mean?
Get it done.
What did you ask for?
A condom.
What did Sean say?
That these guys get tested at the time.
Later, did Don leave?
Yes. Then Sean and I made love. The next day I went home.
Any boat trip?
A nice yacht day.
How did you feel?
I felt exhilarated. It was taboo. I had a good time with my partner.
Did you think you'd do it again?
No. Or maybe a few times. Something taboo.
How did things change?
It opened a Pandora's box. There was so much of it afterwards. Too much of it.
How often?
All the time. I went along.
Later, did you tell him you did not want it?
Yes.
In writing or verbally?
Both. Many times.
What did Sean tell you about your rent when you said you did not want to have sex with other men?
That he'd give me maybe 3 more months.
How did you feel?
Frustrated. Obligated.
Obligated to do what?
At this moment, the defense objected, and then they had a sidebar.
Between 2023 to the time of his arrest, did he pay your rent and make you feel obligated to have sex with other men?
Yes.
What did you two call this night?
Debaucheries or hotel nights.
How often did you see him?
Often.
Every time you'd see him, did you have hotel nights?
Yes, even though we'd spend a day or two together after.
Let's surprise my hubby with the 200.
So every time they saw each other, once they started, Diddy wanted to have a what they coined a debauchery night or a hotel night every time. And I want you guys to make note that when she told him in writing that she no longer wanted to participate in this activity, Diddy told her, well, I'll give you 3 more months of rent and that's it. Remember, Jane is a single mother. She moved from the East Coast to the West Coast, I'm sure based on his urging, and he also supplied her with $6,000 to do so. So I think that she had an expectation that, okay, my relationship with a billionaire is going really well. I'll be well taken care of.
Give me maybe 3 more months.
How did you feel?
Frustrated, obligated.
Obligated to do what?
At this moment, the defense objected, and then they had a sidebar.
Between 2023 to the time of his arrest, did he pay your rent and make you feel obligated to have sex with other men?
Yes,
What did you two call this night?
debaucheries or hotel nights.
How often did you see him?
Often.
Every time you'd see him, did you have hotel nights?
Yes, even though we'd spend a day or two together after. It all felt like a hotel night.
Who decided when?
Sean, on short notice. I always had childcare ready. I was always put together.
What do you mean?
My hair, my nails, my tan. He wanted me beautiful.
Did you go out with friends?
Not after a trip in summer of 2022. He was dismissive.
In the summer of 2021?
To France. I went to the south of France with my friends. He was angry in the voice notes.
Who did he want you to look?
Straight hair, ponytail when we had. He wanted me to pierce
Where?
my nipples.
We'll talk about that. Between 2021 and the break in 2023, how much money did you make and how?
Social media posts, but that went down because my presence went down. I was focused on Sean. He would give me money here and there.
How much at one time?
$20,000.
Did you tell him you wanted to make your own money?
When OnlyFans got big, I told him I wanted to do it like one of my model friends. He gave me this hesitant energy like, no,
What is OnlyFans?
subscribe to models. I do,
But no sex?
right? But he didn't approve.
Why did you feel you needed his approval?
I felt he was my boyfriend.
Sealed exhibit. What is this?
My lease, April 4th, 2023.
How much was the rent each month?
$10,000. Sean said, let's do a love contract. It was a flirty thing. He asked, how much allowance did I want going forward? I said 15. He said 10.
1,000.
Yes, I wanted a beautiful home for balance.
What's this?
A wire transfer.
To pay your rent?
Yes.
Who got you plane tickets to fly to the hotel nights?
His travel agent Jess, or KK.
What were the hotel suites like?
Red lights, sheets everywhere for the excessive use of baby oil.
How many bottles?
At this moment, the defense objected, and it was sustained.
Per hotel night?
24 bottles or more.
This night, where was the hotel night?
In my apartment.
What did you wear during these hotel nights?
Lingerie, high shoes.
What would you and the other man do first?
At this moment, the defense objected, and the judge said to rephrase.
Who would you greet?
The entertainer. I was on drugs. Sean told me to touch myself. Then the sex.
Forgive me for asking, but oral or intercourse?
Oral. Later I would be with Sean.
Would you clean up the toilet?
No.
How long were the hotel nights?
20 or 30 hours.
We could break here.
And that was the end of today in the Diddy trial. What do you think about
The hotel nights, you did hear correctly, were up to 20 hours. Okay? So now I know that a lot of people on social media have been diddified. A lot of people are like, oh, these women just want money. These women just this, that, and the third. My opinion is that Sean P. Diddy Combs utilized these women as surrogates. He utilized these women as surrogates. I strongly believe that, I'm not going to say, I don't believe that he is homosexual, but I will say that I believe that Diddy is bi. However, he was utilizing these women as surrogates to perform acts that he probably wanted to perform with men himself, but wasn't comfortable within his image, within the bad boy sphere, to just come out, which is unfortunate for him because this is 2025. If indeed my theory is correct, there would be no problem if he were to come out and say, hey, this is my preference. I am bi. There are many men out there who are loud and proud bisexual men. They date women and they date men. And there's honestly really no. But again, Diddy is in his 50s. So he grew up in a time where there was a lot of shame, um, a lot of like people just looked at you different back in the 90s and the early 2000s if you came out as gay or bi. But that's just not the case anymore, these days. Now, prior to today's testimonies, I had, for those of you who are new here, I do a point system. And prior to today's testimonies, I had the government at 9 and I had the defense at 2. Currently, I have the government at 10 and the defense at 2. Now, let me be clear, that could definitely change. That could absolutely change. Simply because right now we are hearing testimony and getting physical evidence from the government. It is their turn to present their case in chief. So we're really literally going through the government's part of this case. Once the defense is up to bat, my points may change. Now, I want to talk about some key moments in day 17 with Jane's testimony of the FOs. Um, Jane is considered to be a pivotal witness, and she is going under a pseudonym. I think I know who she is, but I'm not going to say it just to respect her privacy. She dated Diddy between 2021 and 2024. Combs allegedly coerced her into participating in drug fueled days long sexual events termed FOs or King Nights. She recounted that these encounters involved male escorts and that Combs maintained control over her through psychological manipulation and financial dependence, which you heard from her testimony. Jane also testified that Combs requested she engage in sexual acts with a male escort, further illustrating the extent of his alleged coercion. A big moment today in court. Judge Submarinian warns Diddy over courtroom conduct. During the break, during a break in proceedings, the presiding judge admonished Diddy for making facial expressions during testimony, warning that such behavior could lead to his removal from the courtroom. Now, if he is removed from the courtroom by the judge, that could be an appellate issue. that could be an issue that can actually give him action in the appeals. Depending on how it is handled, it could definitely give him action in the appeals court. And this follows previous instances where Diddy was cautioned against his interacting with the jury. And of course, we all know that the defense challenged Brianna Bungalow's credibility, which they did do a good job of that. But I didn't give them the point today because it was just a lot of the same from yesterday. It was a lot from, just the same old song from yesterday. Um, Aside from the fact that Nicole Westmoreland did actually outright come out and call her a liar today. So we are swiftly moving into week 4. And I can't wait to see, which, let me tell you guys something. I anticipate that KK and possibly D Rock will be taking the stand. I'm anticipating that because their names have come up repeatedly. When I say repeatedly, both of those individuals have been brought up regularly throughout testimony, within messages and exhibits. It's just, I don't know how the government isn't going to call them. But today I was listening to a legal analyst, and apparently there are some sealed defendants. Basically, these defendants are uh, they're listed as co-defendants, but their names are being shielded from the public. So my thing is, I believe those sealed defendants are none other than KK and D Rock. Seriously, I believe that's who that is. And also, just a little side note from social media. 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson. Okay. He is he's so funny, but I think he really means it when it comes to Diddy. He has been trolling Diddy for years. I don't know when it actually started, but he has been trolling Diddy for years. He has started to recently post a lot of the things that Diddy has said in the past years about Donald Trump. Because for those of you who don't know, there was a conversation during a recent press event at the White House where one of the reporters spoke to Donald Trump and asked him if he would be looking into pardoning Diddy, if he would pardon him. And, Trump said like a statement where he was like, well, I'll look into it if someone is being mistreated, whether they like me or not. I will definitely look into it. So 50 Cent, I don't know if you guys follow him, but I follow him. I love that guy. He posted this on his Instagram 3 days ago. Let me get the sound.
Need to be banished.
Hold on.
Right? Trump gets elected. I really do believe in my heart there'll be a race war. That's why this message is not just to black people. You know what I'm saying? This message is to everybody. This man is really trying to turn us against each other and put us in a situation. America messed up. Trump, white men like Trump need to be banished. White men like Trump need to be banished. White men like Trump need to be banished.
Did he? Ah, 50 Cent is so funny to me. Like, seriously. All of everything that Diddy has said about Donald Trump in the past is now coming back to haunt him. I think that 50 is posting all of this. Um, I mean, of course, I wouldn't doubt that he would anticipate that somebody would see it and let the president know. But to be honest with you, I think Donald Trump knows. I think he's seen the post. That's why when it was brought up to him, he responded in the way that he did. But it's just hilarious that Fifth posted that on his IG 5 days ago. But yeah, guys, that was, I think hey, Faith, good to see you. Unindicted co-conspirator. Yes, unindicted co-conspirators. He is petty. Puffy was not wrong. Well, whether he was wrong or right, he should have kept his mouth shut. Oh, Empress says he's been by, in my opinion, in my eyes, because he treats women like trash. Okay? Yeah. I mean, that's just how I feel. That's my perspective on it. And it's no shade. I'm not shaming him for his sexuality. Being openly gay, bi, trans, or what have you, that's your decision, that's your prerogative. I don't really have a dog in that fight, but that's what I'm thinking is going on with Diddy as far as the way that he wanted every single girlfriend of his to interact in this way, sexually. You know what I mean? But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I'm doing a live on my other channel, Medea, Medaya. If you're not following me over there, please be sure to subscribe. Let me see, what time is that live? What time did I schedule it for? I scheduled it. Hold on, let me double check. Let me double check. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me check my scheduling. 12:55. You know what? I'm wrapping up a little bit earlier than I thought. I may push it up to 12:30, guys, but we'll see. I might go ahead and enjoy the little break in between. But I have a quick update on a cult that I have been reporting on for the past 4 years. Wait, is it four? Let me think. It's either 3 or 4 years. At any rate, check me out on that channel. I have a really interesting update to share. It's going to be a real quick live, but wanted to give you guys the update on what's going on with carbonation. All right, guys, I will see you back here tomorrow for day 18. Replay gang, please congregate in the comments. All perspectives are welcome. I also shared a poll on my community wall on this channel. And please, guys, weigh in. Do you think that Diddy will be found guilty? Do you think he'll be found innocent? Do you think that a mistrial will be declared? Let me know what your votes are. I want to share the voting. I'm going to give you guys probably, I want to share the votes by Monday, but I want to get a good amount of my subscribers involved in voting. So let's stay engaged. Let's stay connected. I'll talk to you and catch you on the next one. Thank you guys for being here in the live chat. I appreciate you, Empress. Thank you, Faith, for stopping by. Lisa says what? As always, thank you so much. Crystal Mods, hey, hey, I see you. And Bush Babies, I see you guys too. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing today. Be sure to set your notifications to all so that you're notified when I go live or add new content. Later.